The components of the saxophone we're going to use are the neck, the mouthpiece, the ligature. You'll see a skinny end and a wide end. We'll talk about this later. The reed. This is the flat side with the writing on it. Notice there is a curved line right here. We're going to talk about that later. Don't forget about the curve. And you'll notice the wide end of the reed and the skinny end. Be very careful with the skinny end. It breaks easily, and then you'd have to replace it right away. We'll start with the neck. Let's put some cork grease on the neck. The cork grease allows the mouthpiece to slide onto the cork without breaking the cork. Do not let this cork get dry, or the mouthpiece could wind up breaking the cork off, and then you have to replace it. To put the mouthpiece on, we're going to twist and push back. You have to twist while you're doing this. Okay? This is upside down. If this register key is at the same place as the hole, lined up with that, it's backwards. And we must twist and turn this around so the curve of the neck lines up with the hole in the mouthpiece. See that? Curve of the neck. And this is the bottom side, the flat side of the mouthpiece. Next thing, ligature. We talked about the skinny side and the wide side. If you put the skinny side on first, you notice it doesn't fit. Do not force it. Take it off. Turn it around. Put it on again. Next step, if you have to loosen the screws, loosen them, but do not take the screws all the way out. Just loosen them. We're going to take the flat side of the reed, and we're going to put that flat against the bottom of the mouthpiece, and we're going to slide the wide end in first so we don't break the tip of the reed. Very carefully. Then we slide back the ligature. If you have it like this, you're covering the curved part that I told you about before. You want to pull it back to the point that you can see the curve right there. See that? You can see the curve there. You want to adjust the reed so that the reed meets the edge of the mouthpiece, exactly to the edge. And then pull the ligature back, make sure the curve is showing, and tighten the screws. Do not tighten them to the point that they break. And voila, you have the mouthpiece, ligature. Screws always go on the bottom, and this style ligature always on the bottom. And the neck. I'll show you how to take it apart. We'll take off the ligature first. Careful not to scratch the edge of the reed. Here's the reed. Here's the mouthpiece, and let's do this all again. You twist the mouthpiece on, register keys on top, the open hole lines up with the curve. We put on the ligature, not the skinny side, the wide side. Put the reed on, put the wide end of the reed in first so that thin, fragile side is not touched to the ligature. Slide the ligature back. Make sure the tip of the mouthpiece and the reed are lined up. Tighten up the screws. Make sure you see that curved line right here. Bring it back, and that way the reed can vibrate freely. And there you go. You're ready to go.